Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pradeep. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a topic that many of you have asked for, which is how to find a job after a career break. In this video, I'll take you through a detailed step-by-step process, which will help both experienced professionals and freshers too. So stay tuned till the end. Whether you've taken time off to raise a family, pursue further education, or be it for any other reason, getting back into the job market can seem quite challenging. And to be honest, it is. But not to worry, nothing is impossible. And I'm here to guide you through this process and help you find your dream job after a career break. The first step is self-assessment, and this is very critical one. Here's what you need to consider. Reflect on your skills, both hard and soft skills. For example, you could be good at organizing things and communicating with multiple stakeholders. So you need to think through what were your strengths in your previous role and how you can apply them to your next role. Identify the job and industry you want to re-enter and evaluate how your career break aligns with it. For example, if you worked in marketing and returning after a few years, you could assess how digital marketing, social media, and data analytics have evolved. Consider taking online courses or webinars to update your knowledge. Research market trends and industry developments to understand what has changed during your career break so that you can get up to speed. And step 2, updating your resume. And this is not just to add your latest experiences, but this is much more. You need to highlight your skills and achievements that you've attained during your career break. It could be some volunteer work or freelance work that you've done during your career break, or it could be even some other personal project. You might have helped your friend think about a website idea or a mobile app idea or some other business idea. All of that is valuable. Please don't shy away from adding your experiences, be it whatsoever. You could have even helped your father run your business on a day-to-day basis. You could have helped him with the operations. So please don't think that this might not be valid or important to add to your resume and leave it. That could be the biggest mistake. Tailor your resume for each job application to emphasize the most relevant skills and experiences for that job. And bonus step here from my personal experience, make sure you include at least 6 to 8 keywords from the job posting in your resume for the job you're applying for, and that will greatly improve the chances of your resume being selected. This is from my personal experience and it worked quite a lot of times. So do pay additional effort to this part and make sure you tailor your resume to the job you're applying for. And once again, I want to emphasize this, quality matters than quantity. It doesn't matter if you apply to 100 jobs or more than that using the exact same CV for every role, because you might be applying to different companies with different backgrounds. And that's where tailoring your resume is very important. If you take that additional time and effort to add details based on the role they're hiring for and the company background and trying to see what experience in your career might fit into it, and if you add those additional details and update your resume, only then you'll have higher chance of success in your job search. I would definitely recommend doing that. Even I would say if you have to only apply to 10 jobs in this approach, I would definitely recommend doing that instead of applying to 100 jobs with the exact same CV and no relevancy. And don't forget to use a clean and professional resume that is easy to read. If you have a lot of images or more graphical content on your resume, I would recommend replacing them with text-based content, because it's just easy for the ATS systems and also for the hiring managers and recruitment teams to review your CV in a quick and easy manner. For example, if you volunteered as a project manager for a local charity, you could detail your accomplishments such as successfully coordinating events, managing teams, and meeting fundraising goals. And now on to step 3, which is networking. Networking is very important for job hunting, and especially in these days where thousands and even lakhs of applicants for every job, it is important to see if you know anyone at the company you're applying for, because that will give you competitive advantage and increase your chances of success. So don't neglect this at all. And here's how to effectively network. Reconnect with former colleagues and mentors and let them know that you're back in the job market, and see if you can even meet them for a quick chat. Attend industry related events, workshops, or any other conferences, because you get to meet new people there. You can always share your profile with them. And these days there are a lot of online conferences as well that you can attend for free, so don't miss them, because that helps you increase your network. And especially utilize platforms like LinkedIn to connect with professionals in your field and participate in discussions and groups. And especially on LinkedIn, you could also send them personalized messages, because that gives you an opportunity to introduce yourself, share about your background, And if the company is hiring for a role that you're interested in, that will be a huge advantage, because then you can just put in a word to them and get referred by them. Step 4, skill enhancement. In today's competitive job market, it is very important to keep yourself updated. You can consider these strategies when you're ready to get back into the job market. Identify the skills that have become more critical in your industry since your career break. For example, if you are working in the IT before your career break, you could look at certifications on artificial intelligence or machine learning, or even latest cloud computing platforms. On to step 5, which is about practice interviews. You can feel really nervous in your interviews, but preparation is the key, especially after a long career break. It can seem very difficult to give an interview, but believe me, if you practice well before your interview, you'll do good. And here's how to tackle this step. Research commonly asked questions in your industry, and I would definitely recommend practicing these questions with your friend or in front of a mirror. Practicing is key again. And make sure to develop compelling stories that will highlight your skills and experience, including the ones that you gained from your career break. And as we're discussing career break topic in today's video, I would like to clearly explain how to answer a career break question in an interview. Usually the question from an interview would be, I've noticed a gap in your employment after your education. Can you explain me what's the reason? Or if you're an experienced professional, it could be, I could notice a career gap in your employment. Could you explain the reason behind it? And now there could be multiple reasons for your career gap. Let's check one by one. For example, if you've taken a career break for your family, you could say something like this. In the past few years, I made the decision to take time off to focus on raising my children. It was an incredibly rewarding experience that taught me valuable skills, time management, organization, and multitasking. During that period, I also volunteered at a local charity where I honed my project management skills by coordinating fundraising events. Now let's take a different example. Consider you've taken a career break for travel or personal growth. You could say something like this. I decided to take a break from my career to explore my passion for photography by traveling to different parts of the world. It was an enriching experience that allowed me to see different cultures and perspectives, which I believe can bring a fresh and creative outlook to my work. Answering the question this way will sound much better. Another common example, which is a career break for further education. If you went back to college during your career break, you could say something like this. I saw the opportunity during my career break to invest in my professional development further. I pursued so and so course, which helped me acquire a strong foundation in certain skills, and I'm now eager to apply this knowledge in a real world work setting. Remember, the key is to highlight the skills and experiences you've gained during your career break and how they can benefit your next employer. I also have an additional example on how to answer this career break question, especially for a fresher who took a gap right after the education. I'll drop that answer in the description and you can go through that. And let's move on to the next step. Step 6 is all about being persistent. Job searching can be a very lengthy process, and being patient is very critical. And especially after a career break, it could take even longer. But please do trust in the process and have confidence in you. You will definitely find your dream job. Don't be discouraged by rejection. Take everything as an opportunity and try to learn from that interview. And from my personal experience, I take it this way. If I get rejected in an interview, I look at it as a free mock interview that helped me practice my interviews and take all that experience and try to better it up in the next one. I would recommend everyone to stay positive and confident during this process, because you will definitely get your next job. What is important is staying positive and confident. And let's move to our final step. Sometimes landing a full-time job right after a career break can be really challenging, and it might take more time than expected. In those situations, please do not shy away from part-time work or freelance work, because that lets you get started and you can officially end your career break even if you have a part-time or a freelance work. So do consider every opportunity and try to see how you can make use of it meanwhile you find a full-time job. And don't forget, freelance work can improve your network, and also it can give you valuable experience that is up to date. And moreover, part-time work can also ease your transition back into the full-time roles. I would definitely consider that as a bridge between your career break and a full-time role. And that's all for today's video. And I hope this helps anyone who's looking for a job right after a career break. And I'm going to drop examples for both professionals and freshers as well. Please do go through the examples and practice with your friends or in front of a mirror to make sure you're confident when you're answering the career break question. Finally, I wish you all the best in your job search process. And remember, I'm always here to help you succeed in your career. If you found this content helpful, please do like the video so that it will help the video reach more people. And please do drop in the comments if you have any suggestions for the next video. See you in the next video.